Here we are in Irvine, California at the Be Legendary event, and I'm your host, Kristen White, and I'm here with Sean Wander. He is a Hollywood insider, and he has this incredible product called Reel Writing. That's R-E-E-L, and it's all about getting those incredible stories in front of people inside Hollywood, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's what we try to do in addition to obviously working within the Hollywood community on their projects and their development as they come along. There's a whole subculture to Hollywood, as many people don't know, other than what you see on Access Hollywood and all those other things. There's sort of the underground movement to actually get projects developed. Many of the movies that people have seen, they actually have 10 to 12 writers that are actually uncredited by union rules, so that there are others that are participating in some of your favorite movies. But the other side of what we do is actually working with people and really helping them to take their existing love of movies and combine that with an ability to actually find their own stories and develop their own compelling screen projects so they can have, you know, a great deal of passion and creativity in their lives. And that's what's really driving us these days.
What I think is so exciting about your project is that an everyday person who has this idea that they want to see on the big screen, you teach them step by step how to make that happen.
That's exactly right, and because everything starts with an idea, and many people get so consumed with the notion of, well, I'm not really comfortable with my idea, or it just doesn't feel like it's going to be a big deal or a blockbuster movie. But it's not about the idea, it's about the proper execution of that idea. And because of that, we want to teach people how to take that idea and tell the story properly so that it can become a compelling story.
How long does it take? Let's say I'm sitting at home, I've had this idea, I know it makes a great movie, I love movies. How long does it take to get that completed in the can, so to speak?
Well, that's a great question, Kristen, because that's what everyone's wondering. And the truth of the matter is the biggest mistake that many writers make, professional or non-professional, is they try to take a few notes and ideas and then they start writing their script. When in truth, what they need to be doing is making sure that they have every aspect of their story, every scene, every sequence mapped out before they ever write one word of their script. And so we actually have a process for certain clients where we literally do that entire important stage in one day, because we want to make sure that they have that map outline so they can then write from their script.
It sounds like if you have that set up, that the movie almost writes itself.
That's exactly right. I mean, obviously there's scenes and there's brainstorming and different ideas, but the key aspect is that instead of getting lost somewhere between Act 2 and Act 3 because it's not working and people never, well, you know, and they never finish because they're always rewriting. They're rewriting before they've written draft 1, and it's kind of like people have heard the expression: you have to be not afraid to fail, and you have to be willing to write a really crappy first draft so that you can get it in the can. And so we ensure that the story is told completely through that map so that you can actually enjoy the process of writing your script from that outline.
Absolutely. So I would love to hear one success story, at least one amazing person who took your concept and what's happened for them as a result.
Sure. I would say probably the best success story. I mean, we've got a lot of everyday stories of people who are, they had nothing to do with the industry and then all of a sudden they find it. But frankly, sometimes it's the people within the industry. Producers like Rocky Lang. Actually, I think one of my favorites is at a conference we were speaking at in March. We ran into a director that some people might know if you're in the Hollywood cult genre. He directed a movie called Trailer Park of Terror, which for horror fans is actually, it's one of
the Trailer Park of Terror.
The Trailer Park of Terror. It sounds very campy, and it is, but he's quite well known in horror circles, and he's also directed he was a legendary video music director. But in any event, he was hired to actually write a project for a producer, and he was just getting stuck. He could never get it through. And my partners and I were sitting with him. He sort of was asking what we did, and we told him what we did, and he said, well, I got to leave in about 45 minutes, and my partner said, well, I need 10. And so within that time, we sat down with him, totally remapped it, showed him it through the software and through our process, and he literally came away from that experience with all of those holes filled and solved, and so he was blown away.
So you're working with people inside the industry and getting incredible results.
Absolutely.
Sean Wander, thank you so much.